The Saharanpur Police believes that 18-year-old Muzammil is also the conspirator behind unlawful assembly outside Jama Masjid in the city when the violence first broke out. The administration, in fact, sent bulldozers to his residence yesterday, and that's another alleged conspirator that the police is looking at. His role is being probed by the Saharanpur Police. They believe that 18-year-old Muzammil is the real conspirator behind the unlawful assembly outside Jama Masjid in the city when violence was unleashed in that brutal manner. Mayank continues to stay on with us. Mayank, one after the other, the police is going through CCTV footages. It's going ahead with the bulldozer action, a crackdown that is essentially taking place overall. What about this particular person, 18-year-old Muzammil? The police are suspecting he has a role to play in the unlawful assembly outside Jama Masjid in Saharanpur when violence first took place.
Well, before giving that perspective, let me, go back to the statements that were made by the SSP and also the leaders of the Muslim community. Even, as a senior leader, as the MP of the Saharanpur, Mr. Fazlur Rahman, he said that there were youngsters who were not listening to the, senior politicians from this area, and they were, involved in sloganeering that created a situation that went out of the control. And now police have accessed, and in fact Times Now has also accessed the visuals, on the basis of which police are saying that he was, the 18-year-old person was involved, and he was rather taking charge of what was happening on the street, and that's why he has been, as it is not official as of now. The police are not using the term key conspirator on the face of it, but they are saying that video itself is proof enough that he was charging the atmosphere on the street, and that's why bulldozer was sent to his residence. The police and also the administrative officials found that he was living on a rented house by his relative, and that's why the whole house was not demolished, and that only a gate, the entry and exit gate of that building, was demolished. And police has warned stricter actions, and it will be known to us only in matter of time that what whole course of action will be in terms of investigating the charges that have been imposed on Muzammil by the police of the district.
Absolutely, and we're talking about a 18-year-old. Much of the violence that we witnessed on Friday and some of it on Saturday as well. Now, the police is absolutely sure that we saw children aged below 18 who were also used by some of these alleged conspirators to go ahead with their plot. And if we go by this particular person who's just 18 years old, the police is concluding the fact that he has a role to play, a key role to play at conspiring the entire plot based on some videos. If you could share more details, Mayank.
Well, let's go into this case and what the police are saying one by one. So first point was that police have found visuals of Muzammil charging up the atmosphere by, addressing and saying what are the challenges that they are facing. So on that point, they are saying that, so Muzammil was one of the 10 or 15 youngsters that the SP of the city told Times Now that they were leading the charge of this protest, and then the Namaji, who was, offering Friday prayer in the Jama Masjid, they followed them, and that created a sort of unrest on the street. So that is the start of this unrest, that as per the version of the police, and that's why the investigation has been pinned on Muzammil and that visuals. So police are very much circumspect that was Muzammil instigated by someone else, or was he on his own. So this is the factor that will come out in matter of investigation. Only in that is a function of time and investigation. But what is clear, that police have found conclusive evidence to certain that Muzammil was certainly one of the accused. That's what the police and SP and also the district officials are saying, and that is the reason bulldozer action was taken against him. So as far as the current investigation is concerned, it is being pinned that some 10 to 15 individuals who are under 18, including Muzammil and also Salman, so they are the key conspirator of this unrest, and that's why the investigation is revolving around Muzammil and Salman, and bulldozers are rolling onto the streets on their residence.
And as you're telling us about another alleged conspirator, let's